Right, Jackee Holder, coach, interfaith minister, author. I'm going to ask you a series of quick-fire questions. So, soul purpose, what's your soul purpose?
Soul purpose is to be as loving and as open as I can be in as many situations, and also to allow my writing to be a way that I connect with other people.
Fantastic. And 49 ways to write yourself well. What's the first and fundamental way for you to write yourself well?
Pick up a pen and paper.
Aha. And being your own best life coach, and you are a life coach, what you look at your best as a life coach, what for you is you being at your best as a life coach?
Do you know what? It's actually been doing very little, but listening. I think listening is one of the most profound things, and I think that I can be profoundly a poor listener, which is why I've become a much better listener. I noticed it a lot with my friends and my family. Like sometimes I'm like sort of jumping in there because actually I don't get as much spaces to talk as I actually probably need, because I hold a lot of spaces for other people. So I've noticed that I have to kind of, oh, Jackee, did you notice that you kind of weren't giving as much space in social situations? So actually listening,
it's the power of listening.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've done so much work and so much studying and so on. If you were to be asked why we're here as a species and our generally as a species, our purpose, what is that? What is our purpose here? Because I think what I got a sense of from this book, really briefly, was that you described it in another interview we were doing before, helping people to find this, helping the person as they're finding what their purpose is through their own spiritual journey. Yeah. Is that what our purpose is?
I think our purpose is to find ourselves in terms of defining what that soul purpose means. But I also think a major part of our purpose is about connection. Doesn't matter how much I might think that I prefer to be in my own company, at some point the way it all makes sense is when I'm connected to others. So I am probably quite a big introvert. I've forgotten what I am on Myers-Briggs, but I know I'm an introvert because I know that every time I have to go and speak at an event, I'm like, oh. But when I'm there, it's like I forget the fear and anxiety I might have because of connection. Right.
And career highlights so far?
That's a good question.
There's probably so many highlights.
A career highlight is, if I could say, just put it in a package, it's every time I get to run a retreat with members of my tribe who want to be there. Jackee Holder that comes out is like a little girl in a sweet shop that has got all the sweets in the world and is absolutely enjoying herself every single second of the time that she's doing that.
And one last question, for somebody who's on that journey of finding themselves or just in their life journey, what's the one piece of advice, if you could only leave one piece of advice to the planet, people on this planet, about how to live their lives, what would you say, what would that one piece of advice be?
Do you know what? I feel really strongly that we should not leave life to happen to us, but we should cultivate life unfolding in a way that we have had some input into that. So for example, I really feel strongly that it does make sense to sit down and think about what you want. You know, what is the reason for you wanting those things? When you achieve those things, what will that give you? And actually to think about, how might I then begin to attract those things, create those things, manifest those things? What would I need to do? What would I need to study more? What would I need to read more? I feel a sense of dismay when I realise how many of us allow life to pass us by, and we are not allowing ourselves to be inquisitive, to be interested, to just go and find out more. You know, I think it's amazing that we still have public libraries that are free, that you can go and borrow books. You don't have to say that actually I need to have X amount of funds to go and listen to a CD, to go and read a book, to find out information, to use computers. There are still free places in the whole of the UK when we can access information.
It's a really powerful point. Think it's a lovely point to close. That I like that thing you were saying about, you know, not that life can sometimes seem so it's happening to us, and to go up there and to engage with it, and that there are all these things that will help you on your way, and then for you to ask yourself those questions and to see where they might lead you, and that there are these resources that will actually help you along that particular way. Absolutely. Well, what a pleasure. I'm going to leave you to smile at the camera with this wonderful set of books, Jackee Holder. Thank you very much for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.